Hello everybody, it's Anne from Stampin'Up. Welcome to another card making day here in Simcoe, Ontario, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can shop with me. You can reach me at StampsNTea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is StampsNTea.stampinup.net. Today we're going to use more product from the new September to December mini catalogue. The stamp set is called Peaceful Season and the DSP is Sentimental Christmas. So let me turn the camera down and I'll show you what we're going to use to make the card. So the stamp set, Peaceful Season, it's all sentiments. There's no graphics in this set. It's all lovely sentiments, and there's also a set of dies that go with it to cut out the different shapes. We're not going to use the dies today. I'm going to use a punch called Label Me Lovely, just because it's going to cut out that sentiment really nicely for me, and that's the one I want to use. The paper, the DSP, is from the Sentimental Christmas suite, and we've used this one before. We used the DA, that we cut out with the circle once before, and it had all the old, what I'm calling vintage, nostalgic patterned paper in it, and we are going to use this one today with the Christmas trees on it. Now I'm also going to use a little scrap of red paper, red and white polka dots for the front of the card. I've got no idea where that paper came from. It was in the Christmas paper box. So basic supplies, 11 by 4 1/4 real red, scored at 5 1/2, and it's going to sit on the side. DSP for the front, 5 1/4 by 4. An extra little card to go on the front, which is let me think, 5 1/2 by 3 1/4, and it's scored at 2 3/4, like that. We've got a little piece of DSP to go on the front of that, which is 3 by 2 1/2, 2 1/2 by 3, and then we've got a couple of pieces of basic white to go on the inside of this, so you've got somewhere to write and so we can put a little sentiment. These two pieces are 2 1/2 by 3 inches, and we have a scrap for the sentiment to go on the front of the card. Quick and simple card today. Let me bring in my paper cutter. Now I've got, whoops, let me turn it the right way up, this piece of cardstock here, okay, and I'm going to put it just in the cutter. It'll overlap at the top. I'm going to put the where I've scored it, the line where I've scored it, I'm going to put that in my channel, and I'm going to put the bottom corner in my channel, just like so, just like that. Let me bring my blade up to the top, make sure it's still there, and cut it off just like that. Okay, so I've got a diagonal front on my card. This piece just goes to the side. My DSP that's going on the card front, this piece here, I'm going to make sure I put it in the same way, and I'm going to put it corner to corner. Just make sure it didn't move. Now when you've got corners in your channel, you may want to pick your blade up, go beyond the corner, come down, and then go back up, because often you will just get stuck on the corner if you're trying to cut right from the corner, and it just doesn't cut nicely. It may just cut your card, like wrinkle the card. So that's that. What else do I need to cut? I think nothing, but we'll see. We'll keep the cutter handy. Okie dokie. Let me bring in my mat, and I'm just going to take this piece of paper here, my handy dandy glue gun. Get the glue off there. Now I want to make sure I get right to the corners on this paper, because it's cut on the diagonal, and I want to make sure it's held down right to the corners. Let me set that down firmly on the desk. Try and pick this up. try very hard to pick this up. Right, this piece is going on the bottom half of my card, and I should have about just a nice little border. It's probably not quite 1/8 of an inch. That's going on the front flap of the card. This piece here is going to go right in the corner on the card back. Same again, get some glue going right to the corners. Try and pick it up again. And this piece, I'm going to turn my card upside down so I can see how far I am from the corners. Just like that. There. There we are. Just like that. You got a nice border going down the middle. We're going to set that to one side now, and we're going to do some stamping. We are going to stamp from the stamp set from the Peaceful Season. This says, wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. And we're going to stamp it in real red. And we're going to put it right in the middle of this scrap of card. There. Okay. And we're going to stamp on the inside. Now the stamp for the inside is going to go on one of these 2 pieces of white cardstock, which were 2.5 by 3. Now I've got 2 stamps here that I've put on the same block. One says wishing you and yours, and the other says a season of wonder and happiness. And I just tried to keep my letters straight, and I'm going to stamp this again in real red, and this is going to go on the inside top of the card. There. There we go. That looks pretty straight. It's not bad at all. Got a little mark on there. I'm not going to touch it. So that's it for stamping. So let's go back to putting this card together. This sentiment here we're going to punch out. We're going to use this punch called Label Me Lovely. I'm not sure it's still a current punch, but it's one of my favorites because it cuts out, it really does a nice job. Now I'm struggling to hold this scrap of cardstock in the punch. So I'm just going to take this scrap of cardstock and put some adhesive on it and just stick it down on the back of my sentiment. Oops, that's no good there. Stick it down on the back, but on the side of my sentiment, or the top. Right, slide this in, and this is just going to work as a handle. It works just like a handle, just to hold it. I'm going to squeeze my punch halfway, not punch it all out, but squeeze it down to hold it. Have a look and see if my words are nice and straight and even, and then punch it out. Throw that away, and then I can roll the adhesive off the back of this. Just now, if I was putting this down flat on a card, I wouldn't need to do that, but because I'm going to put this on a dimensional or 2, I need to get that glue out of my way. There. So now I'm going to put this, where am I going to put this? Okay, let me put it here for a minute. Okay, and I'll put this little card together. So we've got this little piece of real red. folded in half, nicely creased, and we've got a piece of DSP that's going to go on the front. No, I'm going this one, this way here, like this. Give it some glue. Put this right in the middle on the front. Have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I do think this liquid glue, this is Nuvo liquid glue, and I do think it grabs quicker than the Tombow, so you don't have as long to move your card, your paper around if it's not quite where you think it should be, you know. And then I'm just going to put this sentiment here up on dimensionals. I get them all? No, one missing. Just going to set it right in the middle. There, like that. This piece, sentiment, is going up here on the, it can go top or bottom. I'm putting it on the top so you've got room to write on the bottom. Just like that. See, you do have a second or two, but really that's all you've got is a second or two to press that down. That side's nice and clean. There we go, like that. And then we're going to take this, put some glue on the back of this, and this little card is going to sit right in the center of here. Right about the center. This folds in and this folds down. There. There we are, and you've got room to write inside, just like that. So there it is, that's today's card. When it stands up, if you open the card part way, it holds the little card up. Let me see. There. So you can see it just like that. That's today's card. So there it is, that's today's card, everybody. My design. If you want to copy and share, please do so. If you sell your cards, please put the Stampin'Up Angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies are Stampin'Up supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.